Welcome to a balanced approach to business growth. My playlist packed with top tips, fresh insights, and practical strategies to help you grow your business your way. Here you'll find actionable advice to simplify your approach, refocus on what truly matters, and make real progress, all while working smarter, embracing focus, and building a joyful, sustainable business that lights you up. As a business coach, I'm passionate about helping ambitious business owners bridge the gap between where they are and where they want to be, doing that in a way that feels incredible. So, whether you're a solopreneur or growing a team or somewhere in between, this playlist is your resource for turning ideas into outcomes without sacrificing your happiness. Now, I am going to be really honest with you today. I am not sure where this video is going to go because it's been one of those mornings, but I am committed to creating these videos. I also, I was going to say I'm passionate. I don't want to use that word again. It's also really important to me that I show up authentically, that I share the good, the bad, and the ugly. Because business can be unpredictable. And I talk about the roller coaster ride of business. I talk about the ways that, everything can be going to plan and, suddenly a curveball hits, something you weren't expecting, you hadn't planned for. It can be a real challenge. And I was reminded of this, and you'll know why this video could go anywhere when I share this story with you. I was reminded this morning, 9 minutes till my daughter was due to leave the house. She reminded us that she had catering or cooking today. So immediately we had to throw ourselves in, my husband and I, to grabbing ingredients, weighing ingredients, and getting those ready for her. To be honest, I'm quite shocked that they actually had the ingredients in the house. And while that was happening at some speed, what I was realizing is that we were adaptable and we were flexible. Okay, we'll stop doing that. We'll get onto this. We'll get that done. But in doing that, we took our eye off the ball with the other little person in the house. Because once we'd sent daughter off with ingredients, we noticed that our son wasn't ready for school. So then we had to, move our attention immediately to him and, help him to get ready. And it all felt a little bit hectic. It all felt a little bit chaotic. It all felt like we'd dropped a ball somewhere. I doubt my husband was. I was starting to feel really guilty that I hadn't checked about ingredients and what my daughter needed. I was feeling guilty because now my son probably was going out the door feeling a little bit discombobulated himself because the energy in the house was like that. That's what business can be like. Doesn't matter how well planned you are, doesn't matter how many routines, systems, habits that you have, stuff happens. And we have to be able to adapt, to reprioritize, to ride the wave, if you like. So that little story, or that event, it's not a story, it's real life, people. But that event left me thinking, okay, so what have I got to do today? And it impacted immediately how I felt about the business, needing to record a video, what was going to happen, what else have I got to do in the day? And I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And I had to pull myself back from stepping into more chaos, from choosing to be overwhelmed. And that can happen to us very easily because life happens, stuff happens. In your business, it could be that you have the perfect day planned, you have all the resources in place, you know exactly what everyone's going to do, where everyone's focusing their attention, what projects need your focus, and suddenly it might be your Facebook page gets blocked, banned, deleted. Your ads stop working on a particular platform. A member of staff who is key to moving this project forward is suddenly sick. Or there's no power in the office and nobody can get online. All of these things can happen and they can really throw us. And so it's really important to stop, take a breath, and look to see where you can reprioritize. Okay. I'm not sure whether that story linked to what I was going to talk about today, and I have adapted it slightly, but it still does feed into it because business growth isn't easy. Business growth doesn't happen just as you had planned it. Business growth doesn't happen, follow step one, two, three, and everything will be great. It's not like that. So we do need to have the right processes and systems in our business. We do need to have plans that we can follow, that we can adapt and create flexibility within for when things don't go right. And we need to have the mindset tools to be able to flip how we're feeling, our emotions related to an event where something's not going as planned. Because I was going to use this title, and I am still using this title, it simplify to amplify. And it still remains key and links to my story because if everything is really complicated in your business, if you have lots of parts to it, and if you have been the queen of overcomplication, which I have been in the past, when things happen, it's harder for you to readjust. It's harder for you to reprioritize because there are so many pieces to look at. So simplifying will help to amplify, will help you to grow your business in a way that isn't this or complete panic and chaos, but feels a bit easier, a bit gentler. And it's how you get rid of the clutter to ensure that you are moving forward more smoothly. So for me, I've just used that word sort of, when we overcomplicate and there's a lot of clutter. For me, I also use that word clunky. Where are the clunky areas in your business? That's that's often where the clutter is. That's often where the complication has come, the complexity has arrived. So today in this video, I have 3 powerful ways to help you simplify your business to amplify, grow your results. That will absolutely also help you when things are not going to plan. Bit like my morning. I've also got a 4th thing I want to talk about, but it's not mine. I'm sharing somebody else's, but it really does fit with what I'm talking about today. So let's get on with this and let's get to these 3 powerful ways to simplify your business and amplify, grow your results. The first, it's so obvious, and I've talked about it already in videos before, previously, in different ways, but focus on what truly matters. This is absolutely essential. You have to identify your core priorities so you can eliminate the distractions because you want to maximize your efficiency and effectiveness. And you do that by giving your attention, whether that's yours, whether it's a team, whether it's the business as a whole, to those activities that move your business forward. We too easily pick up that shiny object. This is what we're all supposed to be doing. That trend from over there. Her down the road is doing that. I always say down the road because I happen to know that there is a business owner down there in a house a few doors down. You don't have to do what everyone else is doing. You don't have to follow the latest trends and competition unless it's going to work for your business, unless it fits into your plan. You might find it really helpful. I don't know why I said might. Absolutely. The 80-20 rule really does help. So where do 80% of your results come from? And it's normally the 20% of your effort. And this helps you to really hone in on what and where you should be giving your attention. So the 80-20 rule, where 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts, which basically means 80% of what we are doing does not move the needle in our favor. So if you needed a reason to look at your business, to simplify, to automate, to look at your process, that is it right there. But equally, it's about being flexible and reprioritizing when necessary. So a bit like that example that I used, with all attention went on catering ingredients, which meant we took our eye off the other person in the house. Now that can happen in the business and it's okay as long as you recognize it, just like we did this morning, and moved our resources. But ultimately, you don't want to be doing that. You don't want to be moving your attention from one area of the business, one activity. You need to find a way of creating baseline activities in your business that happen day in, day out, no matter what is happening, no matter the chaos around you. Which is where way number 2 comes in. Streamline your processes. And yes, I've talked about this one before, but sometimes we need to hear it in a different way. Sometimes we need to hear it in a different scenario, looking at it from a different perspective. Workflows save you time and effort. Thinking about that 80-20 rule, for example. Simplifying complex procedures and automating them where possible increases your productivity. It gives you time back to focus on your areas of expertise, your zone of genius. You know, when you started your business, and I know I'm talking fast, but I'm really passionate about this today, probably because I've had one of those kind of mornings. You need to be focusing on your area of expertise in your zone of genius. And when you started your business, you didn't, most likely you didn't start your business because you wanted to be doing more admin. You wanted to be learning about the finances of your business. It was something that you love to do. You were passionate about. You wanted to make a difference. You wanted to make an impact. The rest of it, which unfortunately, is essential in business, the operations, the marketing, etc. That's probably not why you started your business unless you're a marketing expert. And then marketing, you're going to absolutely love. Although having said that, I've met plenty of people who still don't like marketing in their own business and find it a challenge. It's much easier to do it for somebody else's business. Equally, delegate or outsource tasks. And I know this can be really challenging at the beginning and it can feel really frightening. And it even when I say at the beginning that, 1 to 3 years, unfortunately, until you're ready to invest in your business in some way, even if it's starting really small, you will struggle to grow your business because time is of the essence. Your time is really important. So even if you're at the beginning of your journey, start to think about those tasks that you can delegate or outsource that don't require your involvement. And that's the key. If it doesn't require your involvement, you do not need to be doing it. And by outsourcing, you will have time to focus on the high value activities that drive growth and innovation in your business. Okay, way number 3. I don't know why I'm in such a bouncy mood today. This often happens, I guess, when there's been a bit of chaos. Still riding the wave of chaos this morning. Also, we've got a lot to cover, but we're nearly there. Stay with me. Way 3, say no more often. This is about setting really clear boundaries to protect your time and energy. It's about learning to say no to opportunities that do not align with your goals. And this is crucial for maintaining your focus and avoiding burnout. Again, this can be more challenging at the early stages, those early years, because you're most likely going to say yes to clients that you're not aligned with because there will be a money factor, that need of money coming into the business. But you'll learn quite quickly which clients you don't want to work with in the future. So take it as a learning. But equally, it's about looking at opportunities that come your way and being really honest. Will that move, being involved with that project or activity, is that opportunity going to help me move my business forward? Or is it going to take me away from those core activities, that 20% that will build my business? I absolutely got myself involved in an opportunity very early on, spent a lot of time in it. And at the end, had to decide that it wasn't for me, it wasn't the right time, wasn't the right project, but I'd already heavily invested time-wise in that project, time that could have been spent in other ways in the business. By prioritizing your commitments and investments wisely, you ensure that every decision that you make in your business moves you and your business closer to the objectives, the vision, your financial goals. Really important to learn to say no, whether that's no to projects, no to opportunities, no to clients, No to just being helpful. We all want to help people. We all want to support other business owners, but sometimes we have to say no. That also can apply outside of the business. Perhaps I should have said no to running around like a lunatic this morning, trying to get those ingredients together. But equally, that felt like a good use of my time, and it was only 9 minutes on the dot for weighing ingredients. Okay. The fourth way, which is not my way, but I really wanted to share this with you because it really struck me so much that I kept it. It arrived in my inbox, and it really does resonate with me. And when I share it with you, if you've watched any of my other videos, you'll know why. The last video, for example, was about consistency. This, exactly what I'm going to talk about now, drops into the theory of consistency. So I'll stop waffling. Okay, way four, be adaptable. Okay, makes sense. Talked about it already. Being flexible, reprioritizing. But it's absolutely key, and it's being included not because I had a light bulb moment, although I probably did, because I received the email sent by James Clear, author of Atomic Habits. And I'm going to read what was in the email because I want you to know this is not me. Okay, but it is really, it's just genius, which is why I want to share it with you. Here we go. In theory, consistency is about being disciplined, determined, and unwavering. In practice, consistency is about being adaptable. Don't have much time? Scale it down. Don't have much energy? Do the easy version. Find different ways to show up depending on the circumstances. Let your habits change shape. Apologies there. Let your habits change shape to meet the demands of the day. Adaptability is the way of consistency. Like I say, it was so powerful for me, and that's why I saved it, and that's why I'm sharing it with you today. And that takes me back to that piece about being flexible, being adaptable, reprioritizing. But where possible, and this for me is the key, when you have, not where possible, this is the key, not where possible. The processes and systems, the routines and the habits that you have are what keep you moving forward. You can adapt those anytime you need to when the chaos reigns, when it doesn't quite go to plan. But they are the things that keep you moving forward, and they most likely will play a key part in that 20% of activity that creates the 80% of results. Okay, hopefully I've shared that really well. But the thing to remember and take away in practice, consistency is about being adaptable, which fitted exactly with what I was saying today. So I've got some questions for you. What needs prioritizing today in your business to achieve a more productive and focused day? Take a step back, take a breath. What can you do less of? Is there an easy version, as James Clear would say? What needs to be prioritized to achieve business growth steadily and without panic? So what's the baseline? Those things that you need to be doing consistently. What's that 20%, those core activities that bring in the 80% of results? What systems and processes do you need to support that growth, to support a focused day, to help you navigate the days that don't go to plan, when your attention needs to move in another area, when the curveballs hit? If you're not sure, if you're panicking, fear not. Please go ahead and book a clarity call, and let's talk about you, your business, and where you need to be focusing your attention. Let's look at what's clunky in the business. It's an absolutely no obligation call you can have with me, and we can look at a particular area of the business or a problem that you're having, or you can just use it as your own confidential space to talk things through, because often just by talking it through, you will come up with a solution that you need and is right for you and your business. So, thank you for joining me today, for giving me a little bit of your time. Um, I would say I apologize for the bit of the craziness at the beginning or the craziness throughout, but that is kind of me. And the more I do these videos, um, and the more you watch, you'll get that little bit of craziness, and you'll notice how I bring in life events and how I see what can happen, and what I take away from it and what I learn. So if you enjoyed, I've said so twice now, don't know why I do that. If you enjoyed this video, please hit subscribe, share your thoughts in the comments below, because I would love to know what resulted, happened, or changed for you in doing so. Have a fabulous day.